So this will be different from our other movie recaps, as this is not a recap but a movie review, and our video is cut out from the movie bits by bits. Watch the movie while listening to the review. This may be new, but yeah, we will try this one out, as advertisers in this area is not really happy with recapped. Let's try it one more time, or else we need to get a new hobby for this kind of things. We're all professionals from somewhere, and we did realize that having a hobby like this would give us a very intimate time with ourselves and can continue bonding through our lives. We are doing this to make sure we are still connected. And also, let's dive into the review of the movie, or are we just gonna continue talking to ourselves? Comment down and give us your reaction to this movie review so we know what's up, and we don't want you guys not to say what you want to say in this channel, as we are only part of you and you guys are part of us. Hit that like and subscribe for more alien talks like this. We do this just for fun, bonds and all. We have different cuts out in there, and you can find them by watching everything. This Don Jon movie is part comedy and also has a very sexy parts, which we think everyone will enjoy as you guys continue to watch the show. Don't forget to say everything you want to say, as this script is all you now, and we are doing this right now without script. When I meet new people, they often mention that I don't have a New Jersey accent. However, that is not true, because I do have a Jersey accent, and I am proud of it. I don't have the movie version, which combines a very exaggerated Brooklyn accent with an even more exaggerated Staten Island accent. Sure, while your regular Jersey accent might resemble that mix, it's not as exaggerated as it's portrayed in movies and TV shows. Apart from the Boston accent, no other accent is exaggerated or imitated more than the New Jersey accent. It's so sad that it could make Bruce Springsteen cry. Most people in Don Jon speak as if they were raised by amateur stand-up comedians on the Verrazano Bridge. The exceptionally gifted person from Los Angeles, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, puts on a terrible and exaggerated accent from New Jersey. He exaggerates the local sounds and speech patterns to the extreme point of being unbelievable. He is stuck in a situation where people are pretending to have exaggerated accents. Along with Scarlett Johansson from New York City, who should know better, and Glenn Headley, who should be nominated for a Razzie for playing the most stereotypical Italian mother in movie history. Tony Danza, who is from Brooklyn, has a good accent. Even if he didn't, I would still forgive him. Listening to the main actor from Who's the Boss use a lot of swear words about 500 times is one of the only enjoyable things about the movie. During the Sundance days, when the movie Don Jon had a different and longer title, Don Jon's Addiction, and was rated NC-17, people generally agreed that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's first film as a director was a more enjoyable version of Shame. Shame was a movie about being addicted to something. But Don Jon focuses on the negative impacts of adult films. Now, Don Jon is showing in theaters. It used to have a longer title and some explicit content, but now it's been changed. It's coming out after another movie about people addicted to something called Thank You for Sharing. The movie Shame also had a character with a similar problem, but we couldn't really connect with him because the movie kept him distant from us. The movie Don Jon wants you to like its controversial, sexist main character, and is willing to include every traditional masculine stereotype to achieve that. Gordon-Levitt stars as John, a strong weightlifter with great skills in bed. His friends nickname him the Don because of his impressive sexual technique. John, with his two friends by his side, goes to the nightclub every week. His friends are very energetic and excited, like playful puppies, when they are together. John and his crew talk about and rate the many women they stare at, but their conversation is not smart or exciting. John goes home with a lot of attractive women because he made the movie, while his friends look uninterested and distant as he leaves. Later on, they use him like a big version of a magazine called Penthouse Forum. They really like his stories and drool over them, instead of trying to have adult thing themselves. The movie Don Jon shows many scenes at clubs as quick videos. When you see the same montage being shown over and over again, but with different women, you begin to question what was removed from the movie since it was shown at Sundance. Another group of pictures could give us the answer. John is addicted to watching adult films, or porn, as they call it here. Every time John plays with himself, a sequence of explicit images quickly appear on the screen. I think these pictures were most likely more explicit in the earlier version of the festival. What we have now is a disappointing collection of almost adult-rated scenes that even a channel like Comback would not approve of. Don John explains why John is addicted to adult films. And this is where the movie starts to show a lot of sexism. Instead of just saying that addicts prefer fantasy over reality, John has to say that all real women mainly desire the simplest and most basic normal position called the missionary position. Based on how successful he is. It's hard to believe that none of the attractive women he pursued were interested in anything adventurous or unusual. He says that he can't get as absorbed in other things, like he does when watching adult films. Once the blame is put on his conquests, Don John brings in 4 women. 3 of them are annoying and stereotypical characters, including a nagging and manipulative girlfriend, a controlling mother, and a quiet observer. Scarlett Johansson is the girlfriend in the movie. She gets very upset when she finds out about John's hobby. However, she is portrayed as a difficult, demanding, and arrogant person, which makes it look like she is treated unfairly. In simple words, Don John is critical of Scarlett Johansson for urging John to take evening classes to improve his job prospects. Their final scene together unnecessarily tries to manipulate the audience into feeling sorry for John. This comic character had potential, flaws and all, but the script didn't give ScarJo enough to work with. John's mother, Hedley, is only worried about her son not being able to find a woman who can have children for her. When she believes he has discovered her, Hedley acts excessively and goes insane. The mom loves John a lot and argues with her husband, who is unfair to women, while not paying any attention to her daughter, Brie Larson. Larson doesn't speak for most of the film, so you can expect her to say something very meaningful at the end. Wait until you find out what it is. The final woman introduced in Don John is Esther. She is a student with John in their night school class. Because Julianne Moore is the actress, we can expect that her character will have a hidden, sad secret. Julianne Moore and John have awkward interactions that add some excitement to Don John. However, the excitement fades when you find out what her true intentions are. You may have heard of characters like the Magical Negro, but in this case, Julianne Moore portrays a character called the Magical Hot Mom. Don John is a movie that is supposed to be funny about doing it. But it's not very entertaining and you have to make all the effort to enjoy it. Gordon Levitt's direction is boring and lacks creativity, and his screenplay is a mix of poorly edited scenes borrowed from other movies. The movie Don John tries too hard to be popular and the plot involving adult films feels forced and is only there to try and make the movie different from Saturday Night Fever. Unlike that movie, Don John lacks depth and has flat characters. There is one really interesting part in Don John, which talks about John's morning routine on Sundays, including getting angry while driving, going to church, and confessing his sins. John shouts and drives recklessly. This is not just a stereotype, it's true, on his way to church. Then admits his wrongdoings. The way the priest gives out punishment for people's sins and how Gordon Levitt reacts shows that the movie chooses to go with familiar, overused ideas instead of exploring new and fresh perspectives. Do you remember when I mentioned that clichés can be good if they are used effectively? Well, this is an example of not using them effectively. We hope you did what you had to do in order for you guys to see this in the end. We have different genres coming up and by that we can finally say that this is getting huge and we're trying to make this longer as this can be a bond as we've told you before and we plans to continue this till we die or something, you know. Just like what you can bring to your grave kind of thing and this will be part of it. We thinks no one is watching right now so this will be just us talking to ourselves. If you're still here, What do you think? Comment down and intrigue someone to hop on our talks and continue talking in the world without anyone knowing. It's a deep rabbit hole web. Cheerios.
Thanks for watching our video. As we wrap things up, we want to say a big thank you for being a part of our awesome community. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our future adventures.